And now at 6, a stabbing victim with a word of advice.
Literally watch your back.
This after she was attacked by a random man with a hatchet.
And in Salem, another victim has been identified in Sunday's mass stabbing, which brings the number to 12. I have the latest on the suspect, including his charges, coming out.
Also this morning, we're talking about one of the largest construction projects the city of Portland has ever seen, and it's taken a while. About 20 years, as a matter of fact. We're talking about the Washington Park Reservoir. More on that story on the way as the 6 o'clock hour of sunrise starts right now.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us on your Tuesday. I'm China Green.
And I'm Drew Carney, and we're joined by these two fine fellas, Chris McGinnis and Rod Hill, handling weather and traffic. Rod, let's start with you.
Hey, nice day coming up. Good morning. Very similar to what we had yesterday. We'll get the breezes kicking up this afternoon. We'll have a lot of sun. You folks at the coast are starting off with some cloudiness, but generally partly to mostly sunny skies coming. There's Snook Winds Casino Resort in Lincoln City. There's a good view of clear skies out in the gorge from Elk Ridge Golf Course in Carson. Again, gorge winds gusting to 30 plus this afternoon, especially into you folks out in Wasco County. We've got a spider on the lens of the Rose City camera. 51 is the early morning number. We'll be 67 at noon. Again, afternoon breezes kicking up, high temperature back up to about 76. Here's Chris.
That's a big spider, Rod. All right, let's get you out the door. Let's quick look at Interstate 84, the Banfield, out near I-205, which is that direction. Traffic is rolling along just fine on that side of town. Door number 1 shows us the Terwilliger curves. We are still operating at a speed limit clip here as we are now into the 6 o'clock hour. So I'm happy to tell you that 2 areas of delays later on this morning you're going to want to know about. SR 14 between Cape Horn and Prindle. WashDOT doing some paving there. They're using a pilot car to alternate through that 2-mile stretch of SR 14. So expect some delays today, tomorrow, Thursday. And Fleet Week. Yes, it is here. And that means the ships are arriving starting today. Expect frequent bridge lifts of the Broadway, the Steel and the Burnside Bridge. Today, those bridge lifts start at 3 o'clock. Right during the heart of the afternoon commute, guys. Sometimes those lifts can last upwards of 45 minutes, so be prepared for that. Those are the hours that you'll probably want to avoid the northern area, the downtown bridges. Drew, China, back to you.
Yeah, we'll have more on that a little bit later as well. Right now, though, we want to get to our top story here at 6 o'clock. We now know 12 people were stabbed at a men's shelter in Salem on Sunday night. That is one more than police had originally reported.
We're also learning more about the suspect in this case. He appeared in Marion County Court yesterday. Sunrise reporter Ashley Grams joins us live here in the studio with more. Good morning, Ashley.
Yeah, good morning. The suspect is 42-year-old Tony Williams. He's charged with attempted murder and 11 counts of assault. Now, this is video from his court appearance yesterday in Marion County. During an outburst in court, Williams refuted the charges that were filed against him.
All these charges are self-defense charges that they had me boxed in. Listen, no, everybody knows.
Police say Williams is from Bend, and he was traveling by bus from Portland to Deschutes County when he got off the bus in Salem. They say Williams pulled out a knife during a bag check at the shelter. Then police say he stabbed 12 people, 2 staff members and 10 shelter guests. The executive director of the Union Gospel Mission says everyone is shaken.
We're just trying to deal with the emotional part of it, praying for people, walking alongside them, make sure staff feels safe.
Now, yesterday when we talked with police, they told us 5 people who were stabbed are still in the hospital. And the executive director of the mission, who you just heard from there, says one of those people is a staff member who is in critical condition. China.
Ashley, thank you. In the meantime, this morning we're hearing from a woman who says she was attacked by a man with a hatchet on Portland State's campus downtown.
Yeah, the woman and a security guard who helped stop the attack are both okay. But as Catherine Cook reports, both are also shocked over what happened. We also have a warning for you this morning that some of the pictures in this story are pretty graphic.
12 stitches later, I'm out of the hospital now.
It's the moment we met Hailey Salam as she tried to grasp what had happened to her Monday morning. How she ended up in the hospital with this massive gash in her back. The important thing?
I'm alive.
It was just after 11 a.m. Hailey, fresh off a TriMet bus, walked up to this trash can on Southwest 6th and Jackson near PSU. She says right behind her was a man with a hatchet.
I went to throw away a cup of tea and he just hacks me in the back. He was like, "Get the away from me," and then just boom.
Hailey started to bleed onto her shoes, onto her purse. She yelled for help. As fate would have it, this all happened right in front of a transit security office. Hiley took this video of a security guard following the suspect across the street. She says the man threatened him with the hatchet before getting doused with pepper spray.
The security guard ends up tackling him later, and he definitely got arrested, guys.
That's pretty shocking even for me, and I've been here a very long time.
Security guard Cameron Dunbar Yamaguchi ran out to help his coworker.
He's fine, yeah, he did a good job. I'm really proud of him for having the bravery to respond as quickly as he did and control that situation.
Together, Cameron says they held down the suspect, 42-year-old Daniel Dickens, until police showed up and arrested him. PSU campus public safety tells us they've arrested Dickens before and that he's excluded from campus.
What in the world? What is Portland coming to?
Hiley's just glad to be alive. She's glad for the 12 stitches holding her back together. And she's glad to offer this advice to anyone who'll listen.
Literally watch your back. Because just be safe out here. Because the one time I'm out here by myself just walking from the bus to my friend's house, boom, something happened.
Catherine Cook, KGW News.
All right, our next story this morning is about what might be the first ICE arrest at a Portland courthouse under President Trump's new immigration policies.
Attorneys for the person say they are a Mexican national who is seeking asylum. Lawyers with the Innovation Law Lab who are representing the person say that they appeared for a hearing yesterday as part of an asylum claim after ICE agents arrested them. Lawyers say that their client fears deportation and they filed an emergency petition to stop it. The person is transgender, and their lawyers say that they suffered violence at the hands of a dangerous cartel who came to the U.S. in late 2023. We reached out to immigration officials for comment, but we have not heard back yet.
We also have new details this morning about the man accused of using a makeshift flamethrower this past weekend in Colorado to attack a group of demonstrators who were calling for the release of Israeli hostages in Gaza. We also want to warn you that some of the video in this story may be difficult to watch. The suspect is 45-year-old Mohammed Sabri Solomon. You see the suspect right there a moment ago. He's charged with a federal hate crime at this point. Solomon is an Egyptian national who officials say was living here in the U.S. illegally after his visa expired. 12 people were hurt, 8 of them hospitalized. Authorities say the suspect planned this attack for more than a year. And according to the Associated Press, the charges against Solomon include 16 counts of attempted first-degree murder.
Meanwhile, local groups, including the Jewish Federation of Greater Portland, are reacting to the attack. The federation saying it remains committed to confronting violence and hatred towards the Jewish community.
We just feel so deeply for all the people in Boulder. It's not just about the Jewish community, right? The Jewish community is connected to other communities in Boulder, and they are affected by this as well. It's a great town, and I'm sure the whole town is really struggling with this having happened there.
The Colorado attack comes less than 2 weeks after 2 Israeli embassy staffers were gunned down while leaving an event at the Capitol Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C.
You know, sometimes, China, you'll see a story and you'll give it a high-pitched cute.
Yeah.
You could use that right here.
Cute! Oh, the baby! Oh my God. That's adorable.
I'll explain why we're showing this. A wildlife hospital in Central Oregon. It's called Think Wild. They're caring for these 2 orphaned bobcat kittens. They sent us these pictures and the videos. So the pair was found abandoned at a rest stop near Tye Valley in Wasco County. Both of these kittens, we're told, are about 4 weeks old. They have multiple health issues, but over the past week, the animal hospital there says they actually have shown signs of improvement, and the goal at this point is to release them both back into the wild once they're old enough to survive on their own.
What's crazy is my home is called The Wild, so they'll be released to me.
Where are you at, China?
Because they're adorable. Is that just not the cutest thing you've ever seen?
I thought they were just plain kittens. Don't they look?
They look
just
like little
plain
kittens.
right? But I mean, bobcats, get about that big? I think that's kind of accurate, I believe. All right, really cute. Here's a look at one of our cameras over at Aspen Lakes Golf Course, looking at the Three Sisters. If you're traveling over to Central Oregon today, all inland areas are going to have just beautiful sunshine. And generally, including in the Sisters area, you will find high temperatures up to around 70 degrees, a little bit warmer in some areas. Live view over our state capitol this morning, 45. Calm winds down in Salem. The bricks are dry, and the bricks will be comfortable this afternoon from the Pioneer Park building. Temperatures again in the 70s here in Portland today as well. 51 out the door this morning. Winds are calm to light. We will be looking at those afternoon breezes kicking back up today like we've seen the last couple of days. And depending on where you are, it can be kind of windy. 45 Tigard, Sherwood, 46 Troutdale and Gresham. Sandy, good morning. 42. Estacada is also cool at 41, as is Dallas and McMinnville, down to the low 40s this morning. All right, here is the afternoon map. All dry and for the most part all sunny. We have some cloudiness at the beach, but those clouds expected to thin and push off. So generally speaking, reaching 60 for you folks, but inland areas will be in the 70s. There's Sun River at 70, and then the Dalles up to 78 degrees with gusty winds to at least 30 miles per hour this afternoon, maybe closer to 40 for some spike winds. 7-day forecast, sun, 76. Tomorrow, different story. You wake up tomorrow morning, solid clouds, could be some patchy drizzle. The cloudiness may not clear tomorrow, and if it doesn't, we will stay in the 60s. I've got 70 on the board. And then it's sunny and a warm-up Thursday, 80, 84, nearing 90 on Saturday, 93 on Sunday would be the first 90-degree temperature of the year so far. And of course, this weekend's Grand Floral Parade time, Fleet Week, all kinds of stuff going on, and overall, it looks to be pretty nice. Back to you.
Thank you, Rod.